Hello everybody and welcome back. And in the previous video what we saw is how we can clone any page and run it on our web server running on Apache 2. So right now what we want to do is we actually want to make a program that will be able to redirect users on the local area network to our own website. So let us check out if we still have it in the var/www/html folder. Here, if you type ls, you should have the index.html, which is the main HTML file for the page. And in this directory right here are all the necessary files in order to make the page look the same as the original Facebook page. So here are the pictures and other links for the redirection and so on. But before we do that, let us open up our Scapy. So we will open Scapy. And what we want to do is actually ls the DNS packet in order to see what are the actual fields of our DNS packet. So we can see there are a bunch of fields right here. The fields that we are mostly interested in would be this AN field, which is basically the answer field. This field right here will contain the answer to the DNS request. And that answer is something that we want to change in our DNS spoofer. For example, if a user searches for the some HTTP websites, the real answer of the DNS will contain the IP address of that HTTP website. Now we will sniff that packet containing the IP address. We will change the IP address to the IP address of our Apache 2 web server. For example, you can change to any IP address you want. It doesn't have to be our own Apache 2 server. And then we will send the packet or forward it back to the user. Then they will get redirected to the actual page that we want them to visit. So let us see how we can do that. But before we do that, let me just change my directory to root and then to the Python programs in the local network programs. And let me just zoom this in so you can see everything good. Clear the screen. And let me nano first the dns.py program. Now this program will show you how a DNS requests look like and what happens once we visit, for example, or once we open up our Firefox. Now let us write a short program. So user bin Python. We will from scapy.all import everything with e star. And what we want to do is basically just sniff the packets and we want to find the DNS packets. So in order to do that, what we will do is we will add the prn for the equal to the function that we will code right now. The function we can name the find DNS. So that is the name of our function. And what we will paste to this function is the packet. And then with this packet, what we will do is we will actually check if that packet has a layer containing the DNS. If it does have a layer containing DNS, we will print that packet and see how it looks like. So let us make that function right here. We need to call it same as we called it in the sniff part right here. So find DNS, and the argument for that function or the parameter for the function will be just p. That will be equal to our packet. So let's add the two dots at the end so we know that this is a function. And what we want to do is, as I said, we want to check if this packet has layer DNS. Now we can do that with a simple function called hasLayer. You just type if p.hasLayer. And in the brackets, all you need to specify is the name of the layer, which in our case is DNS. So then two dots. What we want to do is just print the packet. So let us do it like this. Print p for now on, and let us see how this will look like. So let's save this for a moment, make it an executable, and run it. Now you can see everything is running. All we have to do right now is visit our Firefox and let's see what we get printed to our screen. So let's wait for our Firefox to open. As soon as it opens, we should be getting some packets flowing around here. As we can see, we are getting packets, for example, detect portal. You can see there is a bunch of gibberish right here. Some of the things we can't even read. Most of them are encoded. So let us see how we can actually extract useful things from these packets flowing around. Now these are just a bunch of the packets, DNS packets, that the Firefox performed the DNS requests in order to load this page right here. So let me just close this page, or we don't need to close it, we will just refresh it later on. Let us close the program, let us nano it once again, so we actually print some useful things. So what we can do, we know that the DNS layer must have the IP header in it, so we can print the source from that IP header. For example, if you just specify the print and then IP in the square brackets and then dot source, what we will be printing is the source from the IP header. We can also print next to the source, we can print the DNS summary. As we can see, let me just show you, if I just do like this, DNS and dot summary, which is a function, what this will do is it will retrieve the IP address and the source or the link that we actually needed to visit in order to get the DNS request or response back. So let me just show you. If we just run the program once again, dns.py, and I go right here and refresh the page once again, you can see right now everything looks a lot prettier. We can see the DNS queries that are being sent and from which IP address are they being sent to. We can see these are from our Kali Linux machine, which is .1.9. These are from our router. These are the websites that we actually want to visit. And for some websites, when it can't really resolve the host name, it just prints the IP address. So we can see this is the page that we actually visited. If you, for example, just type the Firefox right here, no, pardon me, not Firefox, Facebook, facebook.com, and we lower this. Let me just say it right here. You can see it performs requests to Facebook domains, as we can see. Also some other IP addresses. Also for some reason GitHub, not really sure why is GitHub there. And here is the DNS query for the facebook.com. So we can see how the packets look like. What we want to do right now is actually change the answer in that packet. So we saw that there is an AN field in the DNS packet and we want to change it. So in order to do that, let us code a program that will do that for us. So first of all, let us nano DNS spoof.py. And we will start off with our usual line /user/bin and /python. So we will need to import a library that we haven't encountered before. It is called netfilterq. Now what that library allows us to do is actually make a queue number from our IP tables in order to be able to forward the packet and in order to be able to change the packet while the user is sending them. Now, in order to import it, you can just import netfilterq. Before we do that, let us check out if it comes in Python 2 or 3. So import netfilterq. There is no netfilterq in Python 2. If we just check out Python 3, import netfilterq, we can see it's not even in the Python 3. So let us actually get it or basically just download it with pip install. So let me show you how. Pip install netfilterq. We just read this run, and what this will do is it will download the library that we need for our Python program. So it's saying collecting netfilterq. Soon enough, it should probably, or if it doesn't work, we'll just try for Python 3, but it should work for the Python 2 as well. So it is still collecting it. We can see it is downloading it right now. And once it finishes downloading it with this command, failed building will, okay, so it failed building for some reason. Command user bin. Let me check if it will work for Python 3. It's saying collecting netfilterq. Hopefully it will work for the Python 3. Okay, so it is downloading it, but for some reason, once again, this says failed building wheel for netfilterq. So let me just check something out. Python 3, import netfilterq. Okay. Now what we will do right now is we will actually switch on to my laptop Linux machine. Now don't worry, everything will be the same. Just right now I need to switch to my Linux machine, and there I will show you how we